Welcome back. It's another episode of Wine Hops and Road Stops. It is the 11th season. I am glad to have my co-host, my best friend, Desiree Bonomo, with me again. The reason why people watch the show. How are you, dear?
I'm happy to be here.
Yes. Did you enjoy our time off?
Yeah, I did.
Did you get bored? I got bored.
Well,
because we weren't doing this.
Oh, well, yeah, but we did a lot of sleeping.
We did, and we did a lot of research.
Yes.
We got some great things going on for the first show of the new season. Mm-hmm. But before we do that, let's thank everybody. Thank you for watching. On whatever cable network or cable channel you watch us on, if you're out in State College or if you're in Allentown or anywhere WYLN is seen, you get to see us, right?
Yeah.
And of course, online too. Go to our YouTube channel, please, of course. Like always, ring that bell, subscribe, because the more subscribers we have to the YouTube channel, the better it is for the show. Let's just say that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, all that's taken care of. Facebook.com/Wine Hops and Road Stops is also our Facebook page. Talk to us there, go into the group, do all that good stuff, right?
Of course.
Okay, now the first thing we're going to talk about is we are in the Lenten season. It's the 40 days before Easter, and a lot of people fast. A lot of people, give up things and try to be good people. So I want to talk about something that someone that follows us on Facebook, and we follow them back, the Colorado beer guy. He's doing a 40-day fast with just beer. Back in the olden times, when monks used to brew beer, this is what they did, and I didn't know much about it actually until he brought it up on his Facebook page. So I had to look it up. Is it true? It's true. Some monks, particularly in Bavaria, Germany, historically undertook a beer-only fast during Lent, which is the 40-day period leading up to Easter. Now, this tradition is most famously associated with the Polander monks in Munich. During the 17th century, they brewed a Doppelbock, and we know what a Doppelbock is. It's a really thick, dark beer. Mm-hmm. Now, a Doppelbock back then was probably even stronger, but it was a more nutritious beer than the ales that were served in the taverns back then, I guess. And that sustained them through the Lenten fast, when no solid food was consumed. The monks believed the liquid cleansed the body and soul, and since the beer was rich in carbohydrates and calories, it helped them survive while still adhering to the Lenten fasting rules. The Doppelbock beer was sometimes referred to as liquid bread. And we still kind of say that today.
We do say that.
Even with Guinness. And this guy that we were talking about before, the Colorado beer guy, he's doing a Guinness-only fast. Ooh. Just drinking Guinness. While we're recording this, he's only a couple days into it. So by the time this comes out on TV, we're gonna have to check in on him. Maybe we could even get him on the show. Maybe I could get an interview with him and see how it's going when he gets closer to Easter. So the next question is, I'm not a doctor. I don't think you are. But is it safe? What do you think?
Now I'm going to say no.
Probably not. No. And this is why. I looked it up. This is some reasons why it's not safe to do. Number one, nutritional deficiencies. A beer-only diet is going to lack essential nutrients and proteins, fats, vitamins. Alcohol-related health risks is number two. Consuming only beer for an extended period of time, it's going to lead to a high intake of alcohol, and that will pose health risks. If you just, drink constantly. I don't know anything about that. Number three is a caloric imbalance. While beer can be high in calories, they're mostly empty calories. Number four, dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. Alcohol has a diuretic effect, which can lead to dehydration. And finally, impaired cognitive and physical functions. It kind of goes without saying, really. Yeah. If you drink enough, even Guinness, which is kind of low on the ABV scale, but still, you drink enough, you're going to be drunk. That's basically what it's saying is you're going to be drunk. So.
I have questions.
Okay, what?
How many times a day are you supposed to drink? Is it just 3 times a day? You have a beer just to sustain yourself, or are you binge drinking for weeks? I
guess whatever you want, really, because you're not going to have any food. So all you're going to do is beer. Now, I believe the guy we were talking about, I believe he's also taking vitamins. He's going to drink water and stuff like that, but no solid food. So we're going to check back in on him in a little bit. So, and good luck. All right, well, you know what? We're going to go take a break, and when we come back, we are going to answer the age-old question. Does Canada have any good beer? We have beers from Canada coming up next, and we're going to try them out and see, if they're any good. Because, the whole joke is Canada's beers suck. I don't know if that's true or not, but we're going to find out in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wine Hops and Road Stops. It is time to answer that age-old question. Does all beer from Canada suck? We have, thanks to the Summerdack family, Joe, Maureen, thank you for delivering these to us. We have 3 beers here from the wilderness of Canada. How's that? Yeah. So, yeah, we got 3 beers, 3 craft beers. We have the first one. This is a Newark lager from the Newark Brewing Company. That's this one right here, okay? This one is actually a Dunkel lager. And I don't know much about it because I don't know much about any of these, but we're going to try them and we're going to see. I was told this is a malt-forward lager, so there should be a lot of malt and it should be on the sweeter side. Let's see how it compares to, the Pennsylvania favorite of Yuengling lager. Let's see, we got a little foam there. Here you go, my dear.
Okay.
What do you think? What are you expecting here?
I think it's going to be a little thicker than our favorite lager.
It looks about right, though.
It smells good. It's bready.
It is bready. Yeah, it's a Dunkel lager. Let's try it out.
I'm going to like it. I can just tell.
There's a lot of malt to it.
I like it.
Ah, you like it, huh?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's malty.
1 for 3 here. Yeah, it's they brought us a bunch of these beers. These are the 3, I believe. I think we have a couple more left, but we drank a lot of them on New Year's Eve. We'll talk about New Year's Eve later. We drank a lot of them, and some of them weren't that good, I'll say that. So I was like, this may be fun, but this is blind taste test because they brought just a variety of beers. There wasn't, 2 of the same in the pack. So this is the first time we're having this, and you like it, huh?
That's good.
Okay, here's the question. Since it's a lager, would your dad like this?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's... The more I taste of it, it actually does taste a lot like Yuengling lager.
It does.
Without the Pottsville finish. Without that finish that every Yuengling product has.
Yeah.
Not too bad, yeah. I'm not a huge lager fan. So, you got to take that into consideration.
No, it's good.
Now, the next one we're going to do is, we're going to do the Amber Ale next. This one is, on the can it says it's ice aged. And I'm wondering, what is that?
Oh, Ice Age. That sounds like something from the 90s.
Like the cartoon or the movie?
No. Remember when beers were
yes.
Okay.
And that's pretty
Everything
much
was Ice Aged and
that's pretty much what this is. Okay. I found out like most beers, when you brew them when they're sitting to be fermented, just before aging, they're chilled to like, 30, 35 degrees. This is actually chilled down to below freezing, like 27 degrees, somewhere around there, for like the beer to crystallize, I guess, to kind of ice up or ice over. And I've been told that technique gives us the beer a little bit smoother taste. So you know what? We're going to find out. Here you go, my dear.
Okay.
I had to look it up, actually, because I was like, I think I know what it means, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it reminds me of like when every beer was like something ice, and it was always bigger and better and stuff. You smelling it? Mm-hmm. What's it smell like?
Is it just me because my smell's a little off right now, but...
Yeah, you're just getting done being sick for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know, let's try it because I don't know. I'm not even sure about this one here.
All right.
It's an amber ale. It's not bad. It's
pretty middle of the road.
Yeah. I mean, this is the Old Credit Brewing Company, and that is their ale. Their red ale, actually. It classifies as a red ale, but they call it an amber ale. So there should be a nice taste of caramel malts, hint of floral, a little bit of hops and fruit, dry, slightly bitter.
Yeah.
Is that exactly what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a domestic beer drinker, you don't like anything fancy, this could be for you.
Now, the carbonation's a little bit more than expected, actually.
Yeah. Kind of fizzy.
Yeah, it is.
And dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too bad, though, right? Okay, now we're going to get to the one I really like. Well, I hope I like. I like IPAs. We all know that. Everyone knows that. Everyone who's been watching the show knows. I'm the IPA guy. You're the darker beer lady.
Yes.
So you like Doppelbocks and you like stouts and you like porters more than IPAs. But
yeah.
I have trained you in the last couple of years.
Oh, trained?
Now, this one, 7.1 ABV. It's a little bit bigger. There you go, dear. Try it out.
Okay.
I don't know much about this. Again, I don't know much about any of these. Bone Shaker, unfiltered India Pale Ale. So there should be a little bit. Okay, you got that smell of pine. You got that IPA smell.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
No. You're not. It's not overbearing, but it's still there. So let's try it out. Let's see see what the hop flavor is.
All right. Wow.
Not bad.
No, I don't know why, but I was expecting to be like, ugh.
It's
no.
Not very hoppy.
No.
It's like, because, we've had really hoppy beers on the show.
Well, yeah.
This is actually kind of subtle. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
I like this beer.
I was going into it thinking I was going to hate it.
Yeah, you were going into it thinking like it's going to be so dry you're going to have to like shave your tongue or something like that.
No, it's not bad.
No, it smells good.
Can I just say that their like labels, their artwork is very appealing to me. Like when I look at all of them, like when I just the colors and the, I like that stuff lures me in. I'm one of those suckers.
Yeah, well,
cool.
we've done a segment on the show in the past where we just went and blindly bought beers because of what the labels were.
Well, yeah, and that's usually how I shop.
And one of them I think was Got to the Hopper because it had a guy that looked like Arnold on it, and everyone kind of liked it. They liked when I talked like this. I was like, get to the hopper. That was a good beer, though, too. I would drink that again. Okay.
Also one of my favorite episodes, by the way.
It's a lot of people who watch this show, I loosely call them fans, but that is like a favorite, I've been told. It's basically just because I talk like this. And we were outside in the summer by our pool. All right, what do you think about Canadian beers, baby?
These Canadian beers are not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else was judging, but
if you're gonna go with a Canadian beer, go with a craft beer, of course. Don't go with the Canadian, like
Molson.
Yeah, yeah. I really don't like that.
That's the only one I know.
Labatt's.
Though.
I mean, for domestic beer, because I'll consider Labatt's domestic beer. That's okay.
Yeah.
If I have to, but you know what? I think I need more of this. I think I need more of this because I like this. This is it was a little bit drier than I expected, but not as hoppy.
I'm going back to that first one.
They had a lot of good. All three of these were good. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There's our beer review. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the quest for this, the Old Man Liver whiskey that we got from across the country. Don't go away. There's more wine, hops, and road stops coming up right after this. Welcome back to Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. If you like what we do here, check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube. Talk to us in the Facebook group. Tell us what you want us to do. Check out, try, whatever. Okay? Now, let's talk about whiskey. Now, when I started the show, I was not a whiskey drinker. My bandmates have made me a whiskey drinker, we'll say that. Especially Joe Summerdack and Jeff Tomasacci, with a honorable mention to Adam, of course, because he likes the Irish stuff. Anyway, when we do decide to travel, we travel all over, and we ran into a very unique man, we'll say. He calls himself Old Man Liver. And he runs the Good Springs, a Pioneer Saloon in Good Springs, Nevada. So we went there for vacation, actually, last year, for Fallout Day. Yeah. It was our favorite video game of all time. Yes, we are gamers. Fallout New Vegas. They had an awesome day planned there with music and cosplay and a lot of drinks. So that was the first time we got to try Old Man Liver's whiskey. It was a great time there. We had a great time. We always have a great time. And he's like really cool to hang out with. And when we found out he had whiskey, we bought a bunch of bottles for Christmas presents. So we're going to try it out for a second time right here, right now on the show. Now, if you don't like drinking whiskey straight up, we have a solution afterwards. But let's do a shot of Old Man Liver's whiskey without being in the desert. Because, sometimes it's part, the atmosphere plays a big part on, how you enjoy a drink. And we were in the desert, and it was nice out.
And the sun was setting, and we were with our kind of people. And it has to be one of my favorite days ever.
I don't know if our daughter liked it or not. Gotta mention, Mario Tabasco gave me this shot glass. If you don't know by now, I am a weekend rock star. I play in the band Ostrich Hat, and there's a little ostrich right there. So we're going to use that for our little sippy shot here. Here you go, dear.
Oh, I get the ostrich.
Yeah, and I'll take the Jane Silent Bob one. Should get him on the show. He doesn't drink, though. Kevin Smith doesn't drink.
No, he's all super healthy now.
Yeah, he is. All right, so Old Man Liver whiskey. Now, this whiskey, American whiskey distilled from the highest quality corn, rye, and wheat, and barley. Hand-selected white oak from Tennessee and Missouri, toasted and charred on site at Two Trees Distilling Company before being introduced to their proprietary whiskey aging process. Now,
okay,
yes.
Is that two trees as in like Hazelton two trees?
It's not
or
one,
is
two,
it
tree.
Actually two trees?
Yeah, two trees.
Okay.
One, two, tree? 1, 2, 3. Salute.
Alrighty. Now, Jeffrey?
Yes, dear.
No, I'm not a whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
You know that.
I know.
But this one is so smooth.
It is good. It's different.
Yeah.
Now, I got some strange whiskeys for Christmas.
Yeah.
But we may talk about them on another show. And this one is just a little different than some of the other, name brands you're gonna come across.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't burn in a bad way.
There's a smoothness to it, which is really, really nice.
It's very drinkable.
I don't understand enough about whiskey to go into the process or whatever. And so we're just going to leave it as that.
Yeah.
But if you don't like to drink whiskey like this, just shooting it up, just doing straight up or whatever, here are some mixers for a good whiskey. Soda water. It's a whiskey highball. Ginger ale. Whiskey and ginger. Ginger beer. Probably going to try this on a show, maybe next show. That would be a Kentucky Mule or an Irish Mule, depending on what type of whiskey you're gonna use. Yeah. Now I like my Irish Mules. Never had a Kentucky Mule, but I'm going to try it very soon. You could just do whiskey and Coke, whiskey and orange juice. Now that's a little weird. And finally, lemonade, like a whiskey lemonade, which would be pretty good, I think. I don't know. The only one I'm just a little afraid of would be orange juice and whiskey. But
you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
I actually did orange juice and brandy, which doesn't sound all that great, but I'll tell you, you could drink a little too much of it.
So there's your good mixers for whiskey. Try them out. I love whiskey and tonic, especially this whiskey. This I've been drinking. So you can tell it's halfway gone. I've been drinking a little bit of Old Man Liver whiskey tonic and a slice of lime, or just a splash of lemon. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, yes. All right. Last segment coming up. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the final segment of Wine Hops and Road Stops. I first want to say thank you to Roll a Crit for Heroes of Barcadia. That cool game we played. We talked about last episode of last season. We played it again with a bunch of our friends on New Year's Eve, which was a lot of fun. And we were drinking the Canadian beer, and we didn't have any Old Man Liver Den back then because the bottles didn't ship in time.
Yeah, but that was okay.
That's okay. It's all good. Fun game. Thank you guys for letting us showcase a really neat combination of like Dungeons and Dragons and beer drinking. It's not like I didn't do that already, but you know.
Yeah, I liked it. I just, I don't get the whole thing, but I was able to figure it out.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard. Once you understand the rules, it was a pretty easy game to play. So again, thanks, and if you want to check it out, go and check them out because it's a fun game. A little different than your normal board game, so that's why we had fun. And it'll tune you up if that's what you're going for. But yeah, so there you go. I want to thank them. And of course, I want to thank you, the audience, for coming back and watching us year after year, season after season. This is our 11th season, and we're trying to grow this show as big as possible. So guys, support us if you want to see more. If you want us to do more stuff, please. And if you are a local brewery, winery, distillery, you want to be on the show, get in touch with us.
Yes.
All you got to do, we'll showcase your wares. We want to help as long as you help us, right?
Yes. And can we also thank Old Man Liver for this amazing whiskey, for embracing the uniqueness of the gamer community that loves Good Spring so much.
YouTube page is youtube.com/@winehopsroadstops, I believe, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, check out our YouTube page, and of course, let's talk it up. Let's talk it up in the Wine Hops and Road Stops group. That's all the time we have. We'll see you next time on Wine Hops and Road Stops, because life is too short to have a bad beer. So drink a good beer, drink it with someone you love, like Desiree. I love you.
Yeah, cool.
See you next time.